Grand Rising, everyone. It is Shalonda or Shay Seeking. and hmm, okay. mm, I think this is a different type of video. This is like a somewhat chaotic mass of a download or some kind of trail, right? So it's a little bit of, for me, being oracle, a seer, or again, someone who will be gifted in that nature. And again, I say that because people that are tapped in to that type of energy will be able to understand. If you're not, you may not. So again, this story can be fantasy to some people, and it can be reality to others. Someone may be able to grasp it and some may not. I'm not anyone that likes to, and I probably should, right? Document things a little bit differently, but it's just through hearing and seeing, you know, that I'm able to interpret things. So visuals and things like that. Words. That's what scrying kind of is about to me. Be almost even being able to, in layman's term, being able to read between the lines in a sense. It's almost like people may kind of like misinterpret things because of the way that they're explained. I feel like we are living in a parallel, somewhat universe. And you do have to be careful because there was a video and it kind of like really struck me to my soul. It's the first type of they're gonna say it's history or mythology or something like that, but it struck me as like a true life, like a script. You know what I'm saying, for something that's playing out maybe in my life and maybe other people's, right? And it's like the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And it's also like trust and kind of trust issues when it comes to certain situations. And so I was watching a video by a soul sibling, and I think I am going to go ahead and make sure I put that link the video possibly in the description. But it was talking about some a storyline of, you know, it seemed like it matches the airy the storyline that I see going on. It kind of matches that narrative, right? Again, knowing that we're spiritual beings, and again, we are connected to the universe and to the earth, okay? So everybody's going to get their downloads and things different, right? So, but I feel like I was placed here by the ancestors to be. This is why I don't get so upset. I think being that person that feels like I'm being exploited, but it's like some things happen to some people because they are the ones that are going to be able to interpret it and be the person that can kind of bring these things into reality or to other people so that they can decide. So it's kind of like being chosen to be that scapegoat or being chosen to be that person that brings some type of knowledge or a different way of seeing things. But it was pretty graphic, the storyline. small things that I remember was basically it's about feminine energies, some of the attacks that they had to go through, whether they were being judged because of some type of adulterous acts. Um, a graphic about the way they would stone these people or these women, and how the males would like discard of these women and things like that. So I had to think about how the storyline was going, and it did sound like ancient antiquities, but I had to go ahead and melt that in with events that I sense that are going on around us that we may be able to see and not see. Even bringing me back here to Revelations and this whole fall of Babylon, right? Or the Lamb's wedding feast. So I wrote down a couple of words here that have been kind of bothered, kind of been like, I feel Spirit is sending these words here to kind of spark something. It's that thing that sparks something in me, right? So retail, binding, dream, bone collector, succubus, will, inheritance, adultery, right? So it just started snowing out, and I noticed that the winter solstice card here is talking about reflection, and that's kind of what I was doing today. It was like a powerful moment for me to reflect on things in the dual nature of things. Some type of alien invasion type of energy, and again, alien just means some like from a distant land or a distant place or something, right? So again, talisman. I've been neglecting this card. It's been wanting to pop out and pop out and pop out, and I just hadn't really gotten to it. So I had to pull the deck out and specifically find that card to see what I'm seeing here. The bone collector energy, right? Which again, it's like collecting information. I would think like on someone's lineage or something like that, heraldry, right? Even when it comes to, again, the shamanic energy that some of us, carry, ancient healing wisdom. Okay, so it's a lot about wisdom here, and wisdom being wisdom, or even Solomon's wisdom, and how Solomon would have lost it. I don't know. It's hard because it's the physical, spiritual. We also dealing with dreams or that realm. All those things together, I feel like it bothers me because we are talking world leaders who took part in these acts or whatever and enjoyed favors. The bone collector energy is giving me a succubus energy. A woman, again, I'll say, that may be working with different teams in order to, she would be someone that would be well advanced in knowledge of inheritance, genealogy, heraldry, and things like this, right? And then also, with the world leaders taking part, the world leaders will have something to do with the surveilling energy. So this is like a thing that is happening on many different levels and many different scales. And as we can see things breaking down in the media, again, you can't believe everything you see and hear, right? So alleged things. It's starting to really point, whether it's just supposed to be a perceived notion or what, that there is something off here. There is something off in people. Again, if we think of it as the produce or cultivating energy, or farm energy, it's almost like even sharecropping, right? Or selling off, right? Or parents in that sense, that like we talked about it yesterday. It's almost like if you're not willing to put your head down and just go with the flow, then and without making noise, it's like you can be sold off to an extent, and that would look so different than it would have in the 1700s, 1800s, right? Even early 1900s. It would look so different than what it would look like here, because people are just being turned into numbers, it feels like. Again, book of numbers. We're dealing with the point where people are going to be categorized by numbers, like inmates in a certain sense. And again, those of you that are very powerful or gifted, you may be, again, going back to the red heifer sacrifice energy, you may be able to, remain in place. And some of you have really almost everything to lose, so you can't just be silent, possibly. And this is sticking out here. I'm just sitting here with the book open when it's saying, I am a queen upon my throne. But I notice we're talking about two feminine energies here. I am no hopeless or helpless widow, right? And some death or something in one day. I'm getting scapegoat energy here. But I have you know that spirit won't let me rest. In layman's terms, I had a dream. I took a nap yesterday. I was supposed to be going somewhere, and I ended up taking a nap or falling asleep, and I didn't. I missed going where I was gonna go. And oh my goodness, why is it taking me? Why is it so hard for me to get this out? Okay, because I'm just trying to. But when I woke up, it's not even the fear of the unknown. It's like being able to see the unknown, peek in on the unknown or in the keyhole or something and see something, but you really didn't see the act. But again, source is saying there's something there. So I went to bed, and when I woke up, I don't know, I felt this feeling of like the magician, trickery. But I don't know, I'm also hearing ritual here. Some kind of joining. Oh, binding. Okay, that's why we have binding here probably. Okay. Binding and dream. And collector. Like even a collector of like finer things. So we talk about sweet potato pie. And how do you get a hold of a finer thing that knows that it is a finer thing but doesn't have to gloat about being a finer thing? And what I mean is you just have a lot of worth. You may be very gifted. You may be abundance in in nature. You may be abundant in inheritance, right? So while the world is focusing on so many other things, there are people here that specialize in being bone collectors, traders, merchants, dream merchants, selling your dreams. What's happening in your dreams that can be sold or used against you to bind you or something of that nature? It's almost like it's supposed to be a beautiful thing going on, like a union or something. But someone may be using it to get an advantage over on somebody. It makes me feel like it was supposed to go one way. But I don't know why I see death here, right? And someone has possibly taken advantage of that death, right? Because of some secret that was unknown or something that have to do with something. It's a dangerous situation to be in. Even dealing now, like I said, with the way we access and give information, the way that our phones are taking information on you all day, every day. And it just seems like, again, the whole thing about some type of inheritance. People want to make it seem as though something is about only money or something like that. But again, it's not the nature of it. It's the nature of, again, if somebody had taken something from someone, they can repent and want to do right, and that might put them in danger because many people have already joined in on the spreading out or the utilizing of those funds or those gifts, whether it be financial or spiritual. You can be robbed of your spiritual essence as well. And the fact that world leaders are going to be tied in on some of this stuff. And again, it's almost like that, taking the essence, the finances, the identity of a feminine, right? Being in that energy of like Moana, knowing that you've been chosen to free your people, knowing that you are that one, knowing that the people don't maybe like that. They maybe want someone else, but again, that doesn't mean that people should be able to strip everything from you, and that doesn't mean that everybody should be able to attack one person and then leave that person naked and with nothing. The fact that you have so many people excited about that or that don't feel no type of way like that is very concerning for humanity as a whole, because possibly these people that don't repent from that behavior or feel some kind of way about doing something like that to somebody that's not that much, that they may find out that person is not that bad of a person, they did it to them and don't want to turn it around. These are the people that are going to go on to be, after this reset, to be world leaders. So all I can say is when I woke up from that dream yesterday, I was feeling some kind of way. And I felt like it was supposed to be like some type of joining or something. It was supposed to be like a joyous time. Look at this. Celebrating and dance. But I feel like it also was, again, creating a moment for a scapegoat. I don't know, I'm getting Aladdin energy here. The magic carpet ride. The ancestors have confirmed for me that, yes, you are targeted for many different reasons. But be careful right now, because something has to do with some type of inheritance that somebody didn't want you at one point to know about. I wasn't even going to speak on it, but I'm like, okay, hold on. I had my wallet, right? Someone went out to go look at my car or use the car or whatever, and they said, oh, the battery is dead. You left the light on in the car and all this and that. I was thinking, no, I didn't. I didn't do that. I know for a fact I didn't. And then I thought about it. I'm looking for my wallet today, And again, there's a 10% chance that I may run into the wallet again, but I don't know. It was my brand new ID. The same thing happened to my last ID. Whatever cards and money I had was in that wallet. Right. And I'm like I said, there's a 10% chance I'm going to tear the house up today to try to find it, but it will be only in these certain areas, in these certain places, and it's just not there. So this is what I'm saying about, again, how close of an eye do some entities and energies have on us? I'm not talking about this is what's going on with every single person, but those who will be abundant in these types of hidden generational wealth, right? And things of that nature. And it's almost like I kept hearing things. Oh, that's what it was, another word, contracts, right? Because then they say right here that signing treaties here. Okay. Okay, waging war against the lamb. So maybe that's where the sacrificial energy comes in. Because it's something about a queen on her throne or an empress on her throne, right? World leaders don't like that. I noticed a rapid increase when it comes to certain nations that we're hearing about on the media. I feel like they know that there's strife there because of something. And they have the upper hand because they know exactly what's going on. They have the eagle's eye, or they have that eye in the sky. That I'm connected to, but also somewhat blinded from by design. To lure me into these rabbit holes and lure me into these pockets where it may look as though I am claiming to be wiser than others, and nobody wants a woman that especially is like me or looks like me or anything of that nature to be that damn wise. Because then you're going to be able to see what people that are assumed to be wise may be doing to humanity as a whole. Because these messages are universal messages. But I feel like something is like, you don't even want to talk about this. And then something is like, if you don't, it's going to be some kind of way. But then again, who knows? I'm hoping, I'm just counting on and giving gratitude to source and the ancestors to try to lead me to not overspeak and then underspeak, because I know one group of people wants something and another group of people want something, but they really all act as if they don't want nothing. They're waiting to be able to pile more stones on. This is very heavy and spiritual, in the spiritual nature of things. So again, my thing is words. So we're going to go ahead and look at what talisman means, right? It says a magical, because jinn was another word, okay, that I was supposed to add to this, okay? Oh, look at this. The fire card. Passion. Again, tsunami, wake up call. You know, but then again, there's also a room, supposed to be room for stillness. But then again, there is a new moon or a promise. It's almost like it's not gonna be so bad, right? And again, the autumnal equinox release. So it's kind of like that. Like, that's what I feel like I've been doing. It's just like a release of everything. Okay? But it's also this energy here of the devil, right? Well, good, it was upside down, but the devil energy here. But then again, saying, no, no, no. I'm not going to be chained to the devil. I will chain you. And then I'm going to use that torch there that you used to light the masculine's way. to take my grapes and chain you. And you thought everybody was against me, but there are spiritual warriors here. And I am like that father, that great spirit or father energy. Stubborn to a certain extent, and I have my ways. But the one thing I do, again, it's coming to judge's energy. The one thing that I do is judge rightfully. Doesn't matter who it is. And then next we have the Lovers here. This, I feel like this has something to do with it. It's almost like maybe like the serpent energy, how someone would look at the serpent energy if it were really fooling, right? Which, to each his own. We look at the Devil card having to do with a couple, like doing it there's a right and a wrong way to love somebody. And then here you go with this energy here. The Lovers card. I don't know why these remind me of, but this is the story because it's love and war. And we're warring with Satan. Not the serpent, right? Not the serpent is not really a war energy here. Maybe a warning, right? But not a war. A warring energy or spirit. It's the oldest and wisest. Wisdom is wise. Wisdom tells the truth. Kind of like the serpent did. So again, it's the serpent, and we do know that there's that something between the serpent and Lilith. So again, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like someone is trying to get rid of Lilith. She's done everything properly this time. She has done the work this time. She went about it the right way this time, but someone still wanted to discard. And again, I feel like it's because of her energy. So sorcery and things have been used to manipulate the minds of many. To create jealousy and things, to put everything on that person, even though they didn't ask for that type of exposure. And they can't even see the exposure that everybody else sees. The energy, again, when it comes to me, I feel like there's nobody watching and I don't have anybody to turn to. But the world is probably looking like, oh, she has everybody and this and that. And, it's not necessarily the case. It's kind of a sad thing. And I think that's probably why, I don't know, it had to be a certain person chosen. I think that's why people don't like it, because they look at me as like the tattletale energy. It's like I don't choose the things that are coming out of my mouth. When I commune with Source and I come on here with a message, you better speak to God about that, because again, that all-knowing, all-encompassing, I don't even like the name, force or energy of the universe. And I think people take it personal, but it's only because maybe these people are people that have been, I don't know, benefiting from the downfall. In certain social communities that you go into, you can notice the difference. You can see the evil eye. And it's just like, what did I do now? Like, goodness, you know what I'm saying? And that's just, again, when you just tapped in, it's just, again, it's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life. But retail, okay? First, we're going to do a talisman. Let's keep going. I'm telling the story, but not. This is like throwing seed, right? Oh, okay. She's got the yin and the yang here. And then she's got this stone that her foot is sitting up on with this arrow here. All right. A couple flowers. She got this orb, this blue orb here. She's walking this path. Alone. She's marked. Her hair is tattered. Her garb is not so pleasant. But it's a very peaceful, serene energy here. Like a past behind you kind of energy. So the talisman in etymology is talking about a magical figure cut or engraved under certain observances. Religious rite, payment, consecration ceremony. Originally in the ancient Greek, completion. This is what I feel here. I feel, and let me just tell you, oh, I want to see it another way. Oh, we got the Hierophant here. Okay. I want to see it another way. Because I see this red in this red robe and this Hierophant. This is the energy that I want to see another way. I don't want to see that energy the way that the world wants me to see it. It's not going to change, you know what I'm saying, much, but I'm just saying right? Because I do think that judgment will be called. Something to do with this dang on world card in purple rain. Stepping outside the box. Again. But it's like God so loved the world. It's like, who is the sacrifice and who is sacrifice? Because it's just lacking communication. It's lacking communication. It's almost like somebody has been negatively collecting bones, right? But there's someone that was collecting bones out of love. That wanted to help one. Look, the number one up there. Out of love. And maybe the world doesn't or didn't want that because they would benefit more from taking the bag and splitting it up. I feel like there was some kind of ritual or ceremony or something. But again, I'm hearing no child left behind, but I just feel like for whatever reason, this miscommunication, somebody feels like they have to leave something behind. And somebody's saying, you know, or it's almost like, oh, if you don't agree to this, like a consensual something, then you can't have your gifts. So it's kind of like an arranged marriage. But again, some people, you know, might not be on the same page. It's just a weird thing because we're talking about, I don't know, it's like something of the air, water, but it's something passionate as well. And it's also of the earth. So it's of, I feel like it's of all this connection. It's supposed to be a celebration. But to the person, again, because of, I feel, binding or blinding spells, it hasn't been that way for me, unfortunately. I'm supposed to feel like embarrassed or something right now because of something that I had no power over, or defeated by world leaders that want the throne, that are trying to pick apart every. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, why haven't I fallen already? I know this is going on. Why haven't it? It's because Source said, I got you. Who cares what they think? But I also know that there's mischievous energy going on here. And it's bigger than me, right? So if I have to be that, so be it. Okay? I don't like people playing with me. I don't like that. So perform religious rites, pay, fulfill, end, fulfill, completion. Okay? It's almost like, again, why am I pushing and running towards an energy that's dangerous? You know what I'm saying? That's running from me. But the thing is, you can run all you want, but the energy is, when it comes to what has been taken from me, you know what I'm saying? Why won't you get that from that energy? What is it? Get that from that energy. Like, don't like peg me out to be like somebody that don't have nothing, when you know that there's wealth there, whether we're talking spiritual or financial. Why try to make something out to be nothing because you want to go in a different direction? So again, it's giving me Adam and Eve here. And it's like, was Eve really the problem? Or was it Adam selling his royal oats and make it look like Eve is? And since the laws and regulations would have added up to a stoning or a killing of a witch, right? By being able to know these things, they put that cloak over you to be someone that is a witch or something like that, so that you can be disposed of while somebody's getting away with the goods, so that you can be jailed, right? When again, it's not saying, again, when we're talking about that parental energy, is it the parents that's sending this energy towards, so that they can consume what the children have and then discard them for an evil stepmother, or even in that instance, a jealous feminine energy that wants everything from that female energy already, that's obsessed with this energy already. And the only reason why they can get clout and they can discard that energy or is because of bullying, and because of, slandering somebody. It makes me wonder here. And then if the person speaks out, right, being the true lover that the world probably doesn't want, or rejected, like Jesus or the Christ energy, they're celebrating because of the downfall. They're celebrating because of these things. And they know not what they do. And it's like the energy of that, say, a devil energy, the promises. What's your desire so you can be on my team? But again, at the end of the day, you could have gotten more if they would have just kept the one that they slain. So while they're saying, ha ha, you got fooled, the world is going to be deceived. The entire world. Friends, family turned against, hanging on that hook. Friends, family turned against for no reason. Just you and me, like against the world energy. It's their motions that go with that. Or is it just what it is? Okay, I'm doing a video.
Where's my compass?
It's in the car. You left it there.